even if you're not, like, that's not your necessary intention,
Mm-hmm.
build it to be as valuable as possible.
That's right.
You know,
Yep.
you're going to just be rewarded for that, and your team will be rewarded for that along the way if you never sell it. But be in a position to where you're profitable.
And that's like everybody talks about, like when you get to the top of the mountain, right? That's great, right? You sold your company, but like what I like to talk about is like the steps, the failures, like this is what you need to look out for, right? When dealing with private equity, these are the 3 things that you should definitely be careful of, you know? And so, yeah, we'll be talking about all that stuff.
Most firms survive, the best ones scale. Welcome to the Managing Partners Podcast, where law firm leaders learn to think bigger. I'm Kevin Daisey. Let's jump in.
I just walked in and I'm on a podcast.
Look at
What
this.
do you think? Right?
So you can't see this on the podcast, but we have an open door right over here that goes outside. We're in San Diego.
Beautiful,
Law-Di-Gras.
sunny San Diego. It's nice out
And
here.
who do you see stumbling by? Look kind of like a homeless guy. And it's Jason Hennessy.
That would be me. Yes. Yes. And we just did a podcast together recently, right?
Yeah, we could do more than one.
That's
So-
okay. I love it. Yeah.
So I saw Jason walking by. I was like, "Hey man, come on in. Let's talk shop."
Yes.
But we don't want to talk shop.
No.
We want to just talk about what we're doing. We're here at Law-Di-Gras hanging out.
Talk about life, and
Yeah.
it's great. I mean, like when people come to these events, you never know who you're going to bump into. You never know new friends you're going to make. You know, it's just, that's what you need to do. Just kind of get out there. If you've never been to this conference, this is definitely one of the better ones for sure. Yeah. Mhm.
Last year was my first time here, and I remember just how welcoming everyone was. And
Mhm.
Bob,
Yeah.
just barely knew Bob, and he was just like,
So welcoming.
so
right?
nice and so welcoming, and it just hooked me up with all kinds of good stuff. So
Bob is one of those guys that like he sits at the cool kids table, but he certainly pulls up a lot more chairs, you know,
Yes.
for everybody to sit at the cool kids table. You know?
100%.
So, yep, that's Bob Simon.
and so obviously the event he's put on is just different than any other one out there, in my
It is.
opinion. So
Yeah, it's a lot of fun party, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
casual,
Memorable. Yes.
memorable,
exactly.
great speakers, great content.
Mhm.
You're speaking.
Yes. I'm talking on Saturday about mergers and acquisitions and private equity, all the stuff that I'm known about, right? Everybody
How would
knows
he
me
know
about
anything
that,
about that?
right? Everybody knows me about that kind of stuff, right?
I think it's cool when you talk about something that you don't do. I was actually talking to Maxwell. They're like, "Hey, we want you to speak," and I was like, "I don't want to speak about marketing.
Yeah.
Like, can I speak about something that's not marketing? If people know who I am, that's fine. They'll figure that out. I don't
Yes.
I just don't want to get on stage to talk about that. So tell me what you're talking about private equity.
Yeah, so it's a panel, and so I'm going to be on the panel. Jen Gore, who's on the panel, right? So she recently kind of merged with Sweet James.
Yep.
In
Big
her
topic.
market. Yep. So she's on the panel, and then I actually brought the gentleman that deals with mergers and acquisitions on the buying side. So from Herringbone Digital, which
Okay.
is the agency that bought me, he's here, and so he'll be on the panel. So we're hearing it from the law firm side, the vendor side, the private equity side, right? So
That's
it'll be a
awesome.
good panel. Mhm.
That is
Yep.
actually really, really cool because, well, I mean, on the podcast, I talk about, running a business with lawyers that run businesses all day.
Yep.
And I run a marketing agency. They run a law firm.
Yep.
And there's just so many similarities. A business ran the same way. There's still the same parts, right?
It's true. Yep.
So that's really cool to kind of see that on stage.
Yeah, and we'll be, it'll just be unfiltered, So Bob Simon is actually moderating that panel. And so he will always bring good questions, and I think it'll be good. Hopefully we give value back, to those that will sometime be in the interest of selling their law firm or company. Who knows,
Yeah, I mean, even if you're not, like, that's not your necessary intention, build it to be as valuable as possible.
That's right.
You're going to just be rewarded for that, and your team will be rewarded for that along the way if you never sell it.
That's right.
But be in a position to where you're profitable.
And that's like everybody talks about, like when you get to the top of the mountain, right? That's great, right? You sold your company, but like what I like to talk about is like the steps, the failures, like this is what you need to look out for, right? When dealing with private equity, these are the 3 things that you should definitely be careful of, And so, yeah, we'll be talking about all that stuff.
Yeah,
So,
I'm looking forward to seeing that. I know Bob. Bob's great at business and building companies and culture. So I'm sure he'll have great questions.
Yes.
And make that fun. And of course, Jen, she's awesome. She's been on the podcast a few times, and
yes,
she's got a great story and
love
the
her
brand
story
that she built. And what she's been able to do. So
fun. I've been following her journey since day one, and we've become good friends. In fact, I was her bellman just now because this place doesn't have that many elevators, and so I seen her had this big bag, and I'm like, let me get that for you.
That's awesome.
So
I was just texting her earlier. I was like, hey, when are you getting here? Because we're recording at the show, and she's like, I was like, you can do it today or tomorrow, whatever, doesn't matter. But she's trying to squeeze it in. But yeah, just great people all around at this conference. I'm excited to see who else is going to be here. I'm excited to see your talk.
You never know who you're going to bump into, man. Like I was just walking by earlier, and they had Alex Smith, right, on Bourbon of Proof podcast. He's the #1 draft pick back in 2015. I don't remember 2005 maybe. I'm not sure, but he was the #1 draft pick, starting quarterback for the 49ers for many years, right?
Yeah,
and here he is, just at Law-Di-Gras.
Just hanging
Go
out.
figure, right?
Well, you never know what you're going to see here.
You really don't.
And everyone's so approachable here. The weather's perfect.
Yes.
It's going to be a good time. So I'm looking
so good. Yeah. So anyway, I'm looking forward to this, and it's always good to bump into you, my friend.
Dude. It's I watch and learn, and I appreciate how we've been very cordial and learning from each other. And
that's it. It's law of
it.
abundance, right? There's so much for everyone out there. Yeah. So yeah.
Well, good to see you, brother.
Good to see you too, and thanks for having me on. Yep. Have fun at the conference.
Everyone, if you missed the conference, you're missing out.
That's right.
We'll see you next year.